Well, for more analysis, I'm joined by our international affairs editor, Armin Georgian. Armin, France 24 has just interviewed the Chinese ambassador to Paris. What were the main points the ambassador made in that interview?
Well, he was very strident, very defiant. His role in this interview seemed to be to sound menacing, but he didn't actually give that much detail. Before we listen to him, I just want to set the scene for our viewers as to who Ambassador Liu Shai is. So he is part of a new breed of ferocious diplomats dubbed wolf warriors. And our own Lila Jacinto wrote a piece about this on her website a couple of years ago. And she explains the term wolf warrior comes from a 3D blockbuster starring a muscle-bound Chinese commando who saves his people by killing American baddies in Africa and Southeast Asia with his bare hands. And this brand of wolf warrior diplomat emerged really at the call of President Xi Jinping a couple of years ago. He said that diplomatic envoys, should show much more fighting spirit in the war for global influence. And Liu Shai is a perfect illustration of that. Let's take a listen to him now.
After this visit, I think that the Chinese government is fully justified in taking all the necessary measures to defend ourselves. All the consequences of our measures must be borne by the American authorities and by the secessionist forces that want Taiwanese independence.
Just a point about what he says at the end, the secessionist forces of Taiwan. We should nuance that because actually President Tsai Ing-wen and her Democratic Progressive Party are not in favor of a formal recognition of Taiwanese independence. They're in favor of keeping the status quo. They actually aren't asking for a formal change in the status quo.
Okay, and one of the things that China has mentioned by way of retaliation, but they've got a whole list of items by way of retaliation: the suspension of imported citrus fruits, certain types of fish, natural sand, but more seriously, military exercises are expected to take place. What form might they take?
Yeah, economic coercion was expected, but as you say, Tom, the more dangerous part really comes in the next couple of days. We've heard that as of Thursday, China will hold live fire drills, and this is going to be a direct challenge to what Taiwan considers to be its coastline and its own territorial waters. And essentially, if you look at where these Chinese exercises are planned, it looks very much as if Taiwan is being surrounded because these exercises are taking place north, south, east, and west of the island of Taiwan. So we could be potentially in a dangerous phase. And the big question is, how is Taiwan going to respond to this? Are they going to, simply sort of let things, go by and not do that much to avoid an escalation, or will they challenge a Chinese aircraft or a Chinese vessel?